Hey gang, it's Bob Bannister from CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project coming at you with another edition of Rock Talk. Do me a favor, click that like, share, and subscribe button. Let us know. Maybe there's somebody you want us to talk to. Like I said, subscribe. Keep up to date with all things Rock Talk. Keep up to date with all things Red, White, and Maple Rock Project and stay informed. That is the most important thing. It helps you out. It helps us out. So, on this edition of Rock Talk, I got a real treat for you. We're going to travel down Highway 6 to Hamilton, to the city of my favorite CFL team, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, if I can spit that one out. Okay, so I've given it away that I love the Hamilton Tiger Cats, but that's not why we're going there. We're visiting a guy who is part of a band that I found a couple years ago and just went, wow, these guys are really, really interesting. And the more they released music, the more I really liked it. And I thought, you know what? Maybe someday I'll send out an invite for a chat. And I did, and lo and behold, this is what came of it. So this time around, we are talking to a guy by the name of George from a band called Dr. Tongue. Now, if that sounds a little bit familiar, I'm just going to leave it at that. So let's step inside the Rock Talk studio, have a chat with George from Dr. Tongue from Hamilton on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. And as promised, we are joined by an artist from Hamilton, Ontario, just down Highway 6 from where I am here in Owen Sound, Ontario. I am talking to George from the band Dr. Tongue. Welcome into Rock Talk on this edition of Rock Talk there, George.
Thanks for having me on. It's awesome.
You're quite welcome. So, just absolutely loving the brand new single Badlands Woman. That was released not that long ago. It's available on all streaming platforms. Tell us, is there a story behind that song?
Um, there is now. When it was first, there's a story behind the whole that becoming a full song, but we were just kind of jamming years ago with the original lineup. We had a tragedy we had to overcome. The original guitar player passed away, and he kind of started up with this riff, and we all just kind of jumped in. And when you make stuff up, like you're just kind of like blooby blop blooby, and Badlands something or other came out of my mouth, and then me and the drummer oftentimes will sit down and fight about lyrics. We're getting
Okay.
better. Yeah, you have to fight. He's Scottish, I'm Greek, right?
Of course.
We come from totally different perspectives. Like I just want the universe to give me the energy, and whatever happens, and which is really great, and it does work a lot. But he tries to help sort of center the lyrics and kind of put a story into them and make sure I'm just not like saying stuff that's not true. So we added some historical context, and it actually kind of came pretty easy, this one,
Okay.
because it was fun to talk about, what a person living in the Badlands would have been like in the 1800s, and kind of taking that context and putting it into a modern woman today, and what that person would be, what they would do. Um,
Hmm.
Certainly, like, there's a lot going on. Things have happened to women right now, even just crazy. It's just crazy, right? And I don't care,
Absolutely.
what side of the fence that you're on. But I now that I have a daughter as well, and she's getting to that age now where I want to empower her with not trying to be like, a girl, and just be yourself
Hmm.
and be a badass, right? Because you need to today. right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny how becoming a parent changes your perspective on the entire world.
Oh yeah. I'll fight anyone now. Like
Oh yeah.
I studied martial arts for years and now I'm like, yeah, let's go. Come on. I don't actually, but if it involves my children or somebody else's children, yeah, for sure.
Damn right. Damn right. So what's the story of Dr. Tongue? I mean, I'm listening
Oh.
to this band and you guys are just very, very cool. And I had one person whom I was talking to about the band earlier, and they said, you know what? These guys sound and look like the embodiment, the human embodiment of Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. And I hope I'm not insulting you by saying that.
No, that's exactly what we did. We
Very
pretty
cool.
much we I grew up loving the Muppets. And I mean, I wanted to be, either Dr. Teeth or Animal, one of the two. And at a very, I mean, I was like, very young child watching the Muppets, just in awe of the band, of that band
Mhm.
specifically. And so I just something about that, and then SCTV, right? We
Right.
actually loved that, so we kind of threw in the 3D House of this, and
Dr.
that
Tongue,
became
3D House of
it's
Horrors.
yeah, exactly, right? So with the original lineup we had was really like we just didn't know what to call the band. We had all these ideas, and this is the only name that we are like, yeah, that's yeah. And then it kind of evolved into we were just kind of like Muppets. I think I'm a Muppet personally. Like when somebody says you Muppet, I take it as a compliment,
Why
right?
not?
I'm happy go lucky. I have a lot of energy. I love the way even when you see us live and when you see us perform, it's kind of like watching a Muppet show. So in the best way possible. So yeah, that's there's no it's not taken in offense. We love that band and we wish uh, we are representing them properly from back in the day. Whatever they did now, I don't know, but yeah.
So with that being said, what did you think of the series, the TV series that came out about them, about
Like
Dr. Teeth and the
recently,
Electric? Yeah, yeah. There's
it's
a
it's it's I haven't actually watched it because I heard some of the
okay.
music. I heard some of the music and I was just like, oh, it's like the original stuff was like amazing,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So the new stuff is kind of I don't know. It's just all he's dead, like
Yeah.
he was all of that. And it got watered down a great deal. And so yeah, that's kind of how I haven't really watched it yet, but I will if on your advice if you think I should. But I kind of haven't because I'm afraid that I won't like it.
It's very very funny
Is
and
it?
it is very
Okay.
very funny and
Awesome.
Animal is even more outrageous in this
Oh,
than on the
okay.
Muppet Show.
Then
Yeah.
I'll take then it because there was a movie, right?
It was a TV series. I
It
believe it's
was a
on
T.
Prime.
Okay,
No, Disney
I'm
Plus. Disney Plus.
Disney
I'm wrong.
Plus. Okay.
Yes.
I was a little concerned. Now I'll check it out. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely. You're quite welcome. So describe your songwriting process for us.
Ooh, initially, it's uh, mostly just spontaneous combustion. Not to sound too Spinal Tap, but it
No, that works.
just kind of comes out of the air, like you feel something, and then sometimes it like just it's a good example of the blend. An extreme example is you haven't heard it yet, but a song called "Dog in the Rain."
Hmm.
We wrote it. I sang all the lyrics in the first rendition. The first jam that we recorded became the lyrics of that song.
Oh, that's cool.
That was it. Another example would be Allie Mae, where I'm singing Allie Mae because I'm thinking about my wife, kind of, and her name is Alicia and Allie Mae for short,
Mm.
and so blah 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 Ali Mae, and then I kind of mouthed all these words that like Dylan said to do, like bleeby dooby doo, just kind of just if you don't have the word, just say anything.
Hmm.
And then Mark the drummer sat with it, and he tried to hear what was coming out of my mouth and guessed what it was, which wasn't even accurate, but it came out to be these great lyrics, right? So it's a
Right.
it's a combination. And whoever's in the room and wants to help out with the lyrics, we're fine with too. It's just whatever we don't. There's no way to make a song that's right. It's a song.
Hmm.
I really believe that the universe creates songs as we create children, and there's an ether, and I don't really know how to explain it, but I've had a lot of like very strange experiences where I, passed out and went into another dimension, and I can tell you that there's stuff out there, and we're just a small little thing. And as we get the ability to channel into things and become part of each other's consciousness, I think that's where songs live. And what however they come out, they're meant to come out. And I feel, and as long as it's another great producer I worked with, Ross Hogarth, really set it straight for me, and Rick Rubin both said, you know, when you're listening to a track, if you stop feeling that thing, something's wrong.
Bingo.
And so in that moment where we stop, if something's not right, we try to find how to make it right. Or we just and it's not always from the one or two people. It's whoever feels like they have something to say. So the muse will jump around. I've actually written articles about this, and they've been published, believe it or not. I can't believe that that happened, that somebody asked me to do that and they actually published something. But anyway, they the muse kind of just goes around and whispers in everyone's ear, and you have to not have an ego about it, right? Because
Absolutely.
I mean, a new song that we just wrote that'll be on the next album, it's called Fly. I would never have called the song, never, ever, would never have happened. But Mark, he's like, I just think it's a good title. I think we should try something. Sure enough, I just shut my ego off, and boom, and it became an awesome song. I mean, and the subject matter is completely bizarre. Um, but it's just a thrilling experience that to be able to do that, and to be able to plug into other people's perspectives, because it helps you grow as a person, not just an artist.
And being a fellow creative, I do all the imaging for CGCM Rock Radio, the radio imaging, and I'm on the same page as you are, where it's like if something doesn't feel right, stop, go back, and do it again.
Yeah.
Start from
Yeah.
ground zero all over again, and just redo it.
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
So what does the rest of 2026 look like for Dr. Tongue?
Ooh, we're taking it. You know, we're not a young band, but we just we love doing it, and we don't have a goal per se, but we've got a lot of music, so we're gonna try our best to release a song every month.
Hmm.
We are very blessed with a really beautiful recording studio that me and the drummer have put together. The drummer kind of bought a big space, a big church to live
Oh,
in.
wow.
Yeah, and then we renovated it properly. Like he did it in AutoCAD and got really amazing designs. I can't remember the name of the designer, but he put it all together, and I mean, I had my opinions and he listened to them. And then we bought a big Neve console, like a 5088 with 32 channels, and everything's old. Everything's
Oh,
based on old school technology. 508 is a new console. That's a whole thing. We can talk about that, why it works, but we're not using tape. We are using the digital format, but this console specifically designed Class A transformers to deal with that format, and kind of align peak and RMS a little bit better.
hmm
Um, that's a whole thing I can get science I can get into, but we don't have the time. But that's why I think our stuff is people kind of like the way it sounds. I love the way it sounds. So we're just gonna keep on pushing music every 4 weeks.
There you go. That's pretty awesome. And those old churches, the way that they were built and designed, the acoustics in them are just incredible, aren't they?
It's just about you have space for the waveform to
Yeah.
exist. And we've done a lot. I mean, that's a whole interview on its own, man. The way that place was designed. Yeah.
Um, so do you have one of those venues that you guys play at where wherever you go in or whenever you go in there, it just feels like home, like that favorite old jean jacket?
I think I mean, we started at the Corktown Tavern in Toronto,
Hmm.
Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto, sorry, the Corktown in Hamilton, Ontario. We started there. The the Casbah felt like that too, and that's gone away. But the guy that did that's opening a couple other venues that will be playing on April 2nd, called Ridiculous Nightclub. So I'm
Hmm.
excited about that because that guy does a good job, and the Horseshoe Tavern feels like that. It just does. It always has. It
That's a
doesn't.
great place.
It just feels good to play. I can't explain it. It just does.
And it's a great place to go and see a show too.
It's
I
great
mean,
to see a show, and the bartender, like It's just really old school Canada. I know I'm older, I get it, but I just feel comfortable there, you know?
No, no, no. That's the perfect way to sum it up. Now, earlier you mentioned Spinal Tap. Have you had a Spinal Tap moment on stage?
Not yet. Not on stage. Um, not on stage, but definitely through life all the time. Yeah. I mix really loud.
Okay.
Yeah, when we're mixing, Mark is always like, "That's really loud." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." But I start really loud to get all the SPL going for the drums and the
Right.
bass. That
Yep.
because today's different. You really got to get bottom end in your mixes if you want to be noticed,
Yep.
like tight bottom end. So you got to get that SPL up. Mark did a great job with the speakers he made in the room and all that. So that's been a joy. And then I turn it down to bring all the other pieces in. But yeah.
Yeah, that totally works. I mean, I know exactly what you're saying. I'm an old audio tape, 8-track tape and wax crayon and all that
As
stuff.
soon as I can afford tape,
Razor
man.
blade.
As soon as I can afford, like it's literally as soon as I can afford to record on tape, it's gonna happen. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, my earliest career in radio was doing audio production, and that's exactly what it was. The wax crayon, the tape, the razor blade. It just sound better, I think.
Yeah, they do. It does that SP again. This is a whole other interview, man. I could
Yes.
get in. I've been in studio businesses and worked with people and lived in California and done this for a very long time. So I have my opinions. It'll take too much time.
So, what's one piece of advice you'd love to give to younger bands just starting out now that you wish you'd have gotten at the start of your career?
Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, don't care so much about what other people think. I have a big problem with self-image, like how I look, and
Mm,
that really stopped me from like doing it. Like I did it, but I'd always don't not want to take pictures, not want to shoot videos, not want to put myself out there. I put stuff out all the time. Some jerk posts, oh, it's Corey Feldman. I'm like, yeah, well, what? Some other, people just say the strangest things,
yeah.
and you just kind of like, who cares? Like I'm having fun, right? Like the
Hmm.
people will always try to gun you down when they see success and they're feeling something even like that they don't have or they lack. I mean, that happens very rarely, but I was the guy that out of 5,000 people saying how good you are and how much they like your music, if one person said something, I broke me.
Hmm.
I don't know why, right? Or
No,
the
I
way,
get it.
right? Or the way you think you look, that's really tough on me. So I would just say, who cares, man? And who cares what people think about what you like about music and what you want to do and why I play funky soul, heavy rock, classic, whatever. We do it because we love it. And people don't care when they're listening. They just feel whether you love it or not.
That's right. That's right. You can
They don't
tell by
know.
the you can
Yeah.
tell by the vibe.
Yeah. They don't know why they like something. Everybody, my daughter, her room looks like a 1968 shrine to the Beatles.
Oh, wow.
Like she does nothing. She's a Beatle like musicologist. She knows everything about them. Right? My son only he loves classical music. It's just who cares, right? That's what
Mm,
they both like and good for them. And I tell them not to budge, Don't be swayed by other people. Just do what you love and what you feel good doing.
hmm. Hmm. Now, do you have that one song that no matter where you are, when it comes on, you just stop and you're just like, damn, I wish I wrote that song.
I used to be like that with every Elvis song ever written when I was a kid. And then
That's cool.
every Beatles song ever written, and then every Led Zeppelin song ever written, and then every Hendrix song ever written. So that's kind of a loaded question because I don't just listen to music. I like my daughter. I it becomes a religious experience, and
I get
I
that.
worship everything that went into it
Mhm.
till I can fully understand it in every part of my being. That's really what I do. So dude, I did that with Billie Eilish. Like I don't even care, right? It
Hmm.
just for something about her voice in that one record that she did that blew my mind. I don't know why I liked it. I have no, it's not music that I would produce, but I certainly loved it. Then I found out it was mixed on my same console I have.
Okay.
Maybe it's that.
Hey,
There's a certain sound that you're looking for,
yeah.
right?
It
A
comes back
warmth.
to that
Yeah.
vibe again. When
Yeah.
it hits, and you
It's
just know about it. Yeah,
That's
no,
right.
absolutely. So before we wrap this thing up, I like to do this little thing I call this or that. We pull away from the music talk and just some silly top of the head questions and answers. And if you're ready, we'll just launch on into it.
All right, sure.
So let's do the Canadian edition on this one. Seeing as you're in Hamilton, I'm in Owen Sound.
Sure.
All right. Stanley Cup or Grey Cup?
Oh, Stanley Cup.
Fries or onion rings?
Fries.
Poutine or butter tart?
Oh, poutine, dude. Like,
Toque or ball cap?
toque.
Temmie's or mom and pop coffee shop?
Now, mom and pop. Now,
Snowball fight or water balloon fight?
water balloons.
And finally, the last one, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
Right on. Right on. All right, George from Dr. Tongue, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. Take a moment and shamelessly self-promote the band.
Again, we're playing our first show in a bit, April 2nd at Ridiculous Parlor in Hamilton. And we'll be releasing a song every 4 weeks. So if you love it, stream it, buy our record. It's actually doing good. It's made on a 180-gram vinyl, mastered by the same people who mastered Hotel California and other such amazing things. So it does have a sound. We are getting great feedback about it. If you have a great stereo system, I suggest you check it out.
Awesome. Awesome. And again, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. We'll catch you again next time.